Hey guys, I just wanted to share some of our kombucha making adventures with you. So, for those of you who don't know what kombucha is or how to make it, kombucha is a fermented beverage. It's made with tea as a base, and you add something called a SCOBY, which is this this little white thing here down in the bottom. You can see, maybe, hopefully you can see. um, it's kind of a gummy feel. I don't know. Anyway, SCOBY means symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and it's just that a culture that you feed by giving it the tea with the sugar in it, and it feeds on the sugar, and it causes a fermentation process. And then it's full of probiotics and good stuff for your gut. And so kombucha is very refreshing. It's good for you, and it's fun to drink. You can have a lot of fun with the flavors. So what I normally do is I use green tea to make a very light flavored kombucha, and then from there I either just go ahead and refrigerate that straight, or I'll go ahead and add berries or ginger or herbs or different things like that to flavor it, and then give it a second ferment and put that in the fridge. So to make your kombucha originally, you're going to make a gallon of tea basically. So you do your green tea, or you can use black tea, I actually experimented last week and I used an herbal tea blend that I have, because I had made up all these herbal tea blends right before all this happened. So thankful that I had just gone ahead and done that. So we had them, and then we've been drinking a lot of herbal tea lately just to support us through this time. Got a lot of good adaptogens in them, immune boosting herbs and just calming herbs, stuff like that. So this one has lemon balm, catnip, nettle, peppermint, astragalus root, echinacea, rose hips. You know, it's just got lots of good stuff in it. And I just made up a gallon of that. You add a cup of sugar, and then you add your SCOBY, and you make sure that it's cool when you add your SCOBY, because otherwise it'll kill your SCOBY. And then you just go from there. You leave it for 3 to 5 weeks on the counter with a flour sack towel on top. I put a rubber band around it, keep out the bugs. But it needs oxygen in order to live, and it needs kind of consistent temperatures. I mean, I leave mine on the counter, and of course the temperature changes, and during the summer it ferments much more quickly, and during the winter it ferments much more slowly. So I actually left a jar of kombucha on the counter for all winter basically. I just didn't do anything with it. And so that got really strong, and I just threw that out, saved the SCOBY, and made a new batch. And then this batch was great. I let it ferment for, I think, 4 days, and then I put it in an old kombucha jar that I had, and it was delicious. It's very light flavored, a little bit sweet, and it's naturally sweet. You don't add any sugar to it after it ferments. So that was really fun to try that and find out that that worked. And the reason that I tried it was because I ran out of green tea, and this is not really the time to be trying to find stuff like that. So I wasn't going to worry about it. But I did make a black tea kombucha as well, just in case if that one didn't work. So I was like doing 2 jars at once. And with this one, because black tea kombucha tends to turn out a little stronger flavored. I mean, black tea is naturally more bitter than green tea or herbal tea. You know, if you let it steep too long, you can tell. But you just, with the black tea especially, I like to do a second ferment, but with any of them really. It's really fun to take your SCOBY out and put it in your new batch, like I did here. I put the SCOBY over here, and then I just added some blackberries to the top of this batch, right there, and they just float on top, and it kind of pulls out the juices, and the blackberry's going to flavor it and sweeten it up just a little bit. I often use blueberries. That is some good kombucha. Blueberry kombucha is delicious. And my husband normally doesn't like kombucha, but he loves the berry flavored kombucha. So that's a fun way to get people who normally wouldn't love it to drink it. And it just makes it so yummy. It's kind of a fruit. I mean, it's obviously a fruity taste, a little sweeter. If the fermentation process keeps going a little bit, it definitely tastes a little bit like wine. So sometimes, it's more of an adult beverage at that point. But it's very kid friendly if you don't over ferment it. And, it's a fun thing to make. So if you're looking for something to make, I don't know how we could pass around scobies. Maybe do like a SCOBY drop off on the porch or something. But anyway, let me know if you need any help or suggestions. You can also buy SCOBYs online. Usually you get them dehydrated and then you have to hydrate them, which is fine. I've never done it successfully, but I'm sure you just follow the instructions. I just have shortcut it because I've gotten really good SCOBYs from friends. So I hope y'all have a great day and enjoy and try something new and fun today. Take care.